Welcome to Cloud Infrastructure Services YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to show you how you can set up Kanboard Project Management Software on Ubuntu running on Google Cloud Platform. So simply click the link in the description box to come to this marketplace listing for Google Cloud, and from here you want to create a new virtual machine with this particular image. Now this image comes with pre-installed Kanboard, Apache and PHP, which are the prerequisites of running Kanboard Project Management. So simply from this page, click on Launch. After that, you would be brought to this page from where you can customize your virtual machine. So give your virtual machine a deployment name, choose the zone or region where you want to deploy your virtual machine, and then scroll down and choose the machine type according to your requirement. Also choose the disk space according to your requirements as well, and then you can leave the network settings as default. And then when you're done, simply click on accept the agreement and then click on deploy. After that, you would have to wait for the deployment process to complete. Once the deployment process is done, the next step is to connect to our virtual machine using the SSH Terminal. For that, simply click on this button that says SSH, and this is going to open up a new window which is going to connect to the SSH service of our virtual machine. Now once inside the SSH Terminal, you want to start off by configuring your database for Kanboard. Now, what you can do is that you can simply click the link in the description box to come to this step-by-step blog post on how to set up Kanboard Project Management on Google Cloud Platform. And from here you can see this command that first off you want to start off by opening up the MySQL shell. For that, simply head back to the SSH terminal and type in sudo space MySQL. And then from within this MySQL shell, you want to create a new database for Kanboard. For that, simply copy this command and paste it inside the command prompt. Now as you can see that the database that we are creating is named as Kanboard, and for that database we are also creating a user whose username is Kanboard and the password is password. So make sure if you want to give a different name that you provide a different database name, different username and different password. So simply copy this command and paste them in the SSH terminal and then hit enter. Now that you have created a database and a user for that database, you want to grant that user all of the privileges. For that, simply copy this command and paste it inside the SSH terminal. After that, you want to apply these privileges with the help of flush privileges command, and then you want to exit from this MariaDB shell. So for that, simply copy these last two commands and paste it inside the SSH terminal and then hit enter. And now you're done with setting up your database for Kanboard. Now the next step is to configure PHP options for Kanboard. For that, simply head back to the blog post and copy the php.ini file using this command. So paste that in the SSH terminal, and this is going to open up that php.ini file. Now in this file, what you want to do is that, let me drag this over here. You want to make sure that these tags are set to these values. So let me just quickly go over this. And by the way, if you want to search something from this Google SSH browser, you simply click on this keyboard icon over here and then go with the key combination Ctrl+W. This is going to show you this search bar, and within this search bar I can search for the first tag, which is file upload, and then hit enter, and I just need to make sure that this is set to the value represented over here. So the next tag is allow URL fopen, and I'm just going to speed it up so that it doesn't waste your time. Now once you have changed all of these tags, simply hit Ctrl O to save the file and Ctrl X to exit from the file. After that, you want to restart the service of Apache. For that, simply type in the command sudo systemctl space restart and then Apache 2 and then hit enter. Now the next step is to set up Kanboard installation. For that, the very first thing that you must do is that you must head inside the directory of Kanboard. For that, simply head back to the blog post and copy this command and paste it in the SSH terminal. After that, you want to create a copy of configuration file as config.php so that the original configuration file is not lost. So you can do this with the help of this command. So paste that in the SSH terminal. And now you want to edit the config.php. For that, simply type in sudo space nano and then config.php and then hit enter. Now in this file, we are going to make sure that some of the defined statements are set to specific values. The very first one is the DB driver. So search for DB driver over here. Now you want to change it from SQLite to MySQL. After that, the DB username is actually Kanboard. So change this root to Kanboard or any other user that you have created. And the password for my case was password. So in here you would type the password that you have given to the user which you created while setting up the database. After that, the DB host name is hosted on localhost, so that is why it is going to stay localhost. And the database name that we created was Kanboard. Once that is done, simply hit Ctrl O, hit enter and Ctrl X to exit from this file. Now to finish setting up our Kanboard installation, we want to give certain permissions to this Kanboard directory. For that, simply head back to the blog post, copy this command and paste it inside the SSH terminal and you're done. After that, the next step is to actually configure Apache for Kanboard. Now, to configure Apache, you need to create a new configuration file. For that, simply copy this command and paste it inside the SSH terminal and then hit enter. Now it is not only going to create that configuration file, but it is going to open that configuration file as well. Now in this file, we are going to copy paste these commands and then we are going to simply change the tag server name. Now if you are running this Kanboard on your domain, then you would type your domain over here. But if you are simply running this on a virtual machine and you do not have a domain yet, then in here you need to pass on the virtual machine's IP address. Now to get the IP address, head back to Google Cloud and then click on this hamburger icon and then click on Compute Engine. On this page, you will be able to see your virtual machine. Now scroll to the right and copy this external IP address and then paste it inside the configuration file right in front of server name. After that, simply press Ctrl O, hit enter to save the file and Ctrl X to exit from the file. Now that we have added a Kanboard virtual host in Apache, we want to enable this virtual host. For that, simply type in sudo a2nsite kanboard.conf and then hit enter. After that, simply type in sudo a2nmod rewrite and then you are being prompted that you need to restart Apache, so you do that with the help of sudo systemctl restart apache 2. And now you have successfully set up your Kanboard project management. Now to access the web portal, simply head back to Google Cloud and from where again copy the IP address and paste it inside a new tab and then hit enter. Now this is going to display this login page and the default login is admin for the username and admin for the password. So type that in and click on sign in. Now you're logged into the dashboard for admin. Now to create a new Kanboard project, simply click on this new project button over here and then fill in the name and identifier of this project. So I'm going to call it as test project. After that, you can set a specific task limit. So I can set it equal to, let's say, 15. Once that is done, I can simply click on save and my project would be created. Now, by the way, this identifier is optional, so you do not need to provide it. Doing this creates a new project. Now you can see that I have created a new project, and in this project I can add in new tasks, I can add in roles, I can add in new people by simply doing it public access. Anyways, that brings us to the end of this tutorial. Now if you have any queries regarding this tutorial, make sure to leave that query in the comment section down below. And make sure to check out the link in the description box for the step-by-step blog post on how to set up Kanboard project management software, and also for the marketplace listing for Google Cloud Platform. And finally, if this video has helped you in any way, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel.